And Greg, we're still very early in the season. What are these teams right now doing to maintain success through the year?
Well, this is the time for coaches to experiment with lineup combinations. And for the players, it's important they learn each other's tendencies and try and work on building chemistry.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. The small and power forwards are Bridges and Johnson. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. And it's Ayton in at the center, filling out the middle. Johnson, good.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
And sometimes getting that first bucket puts momentum in your corner, but we'll just have to see.
Now here's James, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. Here's Paul. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Spurs ball.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And making a statement right away, letting them know they won't get any easy ones when he's around.
And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. James against Johnson. There's the lob to the hoop. And finished off by Jordan.
And he pulls off the hoop. He need to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. It ended in the bubble, but how about the Spurs playoff streak? 22 consecutive seasons, Greg, coming to an end.
Kevin, making it every year from 1998 to 2019, winning 5 titles over that span, and having the same head coach certainly helped that streak. So did having, though, a couple Hall of Fame.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Now here's Booker. He had 15 points last outing. Ayton finds Booker. Back to Ayton. He can't get that one. Great D that time from James.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Paul, and the rejection by James. Here's Doherty. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the team.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
This season, in general, has not been kind to them at the free throw line. Only about 71%.
Both shots good from the stripe. And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. In this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And looking back to last season, they won the season series, as you'd expect.
In their eyes, that's just taking care of business. They believe they're supposed to beat this team, but they'll have to see how the season series shakes out.
Now here's Johnson. In the game against New Orleans, very impressive. Passes it to Booker from deep, and the 3 ball is good.
Part of the evolution of Booker's game, getting consistent from deep.
Johnson against James. He lobs it up and finished off by Doherty.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page.
Booker outside. Back to Paul. Suns moving the ball around. Johnson finds Paul. Here's Ayton. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Chris Paul is always thinking pass first. So good at finding his teammates, especially when they're open.
James dishes to Doherty. Back to James. And stolen by Booker. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Good D by James.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint. And looking back to Devin Booker in that 2015 draft, this guy went 13th overall.
What a steal. Plus, Book was the 4th guy taken from his own college. I think that put a giant chip on his shoulder. Fueled Devin to the all-star he is today.
Now here's Paul. After Mikal Bridges missing his last shot. Shot clock at 6. Ayton kicks to Bridges. 3-pointer. No good that time. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
And you could tell it was demoralizing for their opponent, missing out on all those extra possessions.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Johnson. And so it's Gallinari with it. They'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. Ball passes to Gallinari. And the Suns miss again. San Antonio trailing here. James outside. And finished off by Doherty. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
In transition, here come the Spurs. James with the ball. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Doherty's got 10 points in the game.
This quarter has been all his. I suggest they keep the ball in his hands.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive the second time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Timeout called the Suns.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Both teams will make substitutions. A minute 20 left in the first quarter. Now, Hart, a look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Josh Hart will always have his shot falling, but the hustle is there. And a great energy guy with major impact on the floor.
And Hart drops them both. And for Josh Hart, he's a fan favorite because of his hustle.
And that can go a long way in the NBA. Hart looks like a typical 3-and-D player, but he also has that intangible of igniting a team.
Now here's James. No points in the game yet for him. Just 5 on the clock. Phoenix grabs the miss. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And boy, did they impress everyone with that comeback they had in the fourth. Just stunned that crowd.
Pass to Landale. Hart. Fades away. The Suns need to get a shot off. Landale misses. James with it. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's the Spurs leading by just 1. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
MP is out there with Doug McDermott. Then it's Jones. And it's Dean in at the 5 down low. So that's who San Antonio starts the second round. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Thunder did some very solid work. He had 9 points and seemed to pick apart the defense all night with a ton of assists. He put up great numbers and a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss, and he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Substitution on the court.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. The pass to Jones. Richard, so much of today's NBA defense is about covering the pick and roll. As a player, is that something you enjoyed, taking on that challenge of covering the screen roll game?
you only enjoy that challenge because you are a competitor and you want to win. Is it something that I'm doing on my own? Is it something that I'm doing in my spare time? Probably not. I can think of more fun things to do.
Exactly. It is not, and there are so many variations, right, of the screen roll that you can defend it as many ways as you can run it.
And these players are so talented that they can stop and pop from three. You have to guard them at the half-court line. Before, you could guard them at the three-point line. Now you got to meet them at half-court. There's screens all over the place. It's miserable.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Hard bounce pass. Jones in the post. Battles through traffic and lays it in. And the Suns lead by 1. No shortage of drama here early on.
Yeah, 8 lead changes already. Huge number this early.
Throws it up high and finished off by Jordan.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
James, the pass to Jordan. He shoots again. Missed inside. They time it right. They can end this quarter with a 2 for 1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Outside, Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Clement. No good off the back of the rim. San Antonio leading. James, the pass to Jordan. James outside. To the middle. Here's Doherty. And finished off by Doherty.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. As
The Suns, 28.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Suns trail by 3. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Paul and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Andre Ayton out there with Derek Jones. And it's Bridges in at the 3 slot. Here's Ayton. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. For his position, DeAndre exceptionally well equipped.
Yeah, you talking about those long arms, that 7'6" wingspan. Yeah, those will help you knock away a few shots to pluck down a few rebounds out of the air. That is no question.
And you just have to be enticed by the skill set of a 7'1" behemoth who plays with a lot of physicality and skill on both ends.
Johnson is checked in for Derek Jones.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Out to the right wing. Ayton against Doherty. Like it's 6. Paul kicks to Johnson. No good from outside. San Antonio leading by 4. James looking it over. And finished off by Doherty.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
And if you're just joining us, we play low for a minute here in the 3rd. Booker outside. Here's Ayton. Shoots over Doherty. And no good. Trying to use the glass. And so James will bring it up for the Spurs. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that will be the 3rd of 5 straight played at home. Down low, Doherty. James trying to free himself up.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
Booker outside. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. James against Bridges. Here's Paul. And again, it's the Suns missing.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
James against Johnson. And finished off by Jordy.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
Timeout call, the Suns. You spent 2 seasons, Richard, with LeBron James in Cleveland. What was it like to play with LeBron?
Well, I like to think that LeBron was playing with me the entire time. That's the way I viewed it, but it was amazing.
I should have reworded that. I'm sorry, my mistake.
Thank you. I think LeBron James was outstanding to play with just from a camaraderie standpoint, and he always wanted to make the right pass, which, you know, for pundits, they complain about it, but for a teammate, you love it. You love playing with a guy that tries to play the right way night in and night out.
His understanding of the game must be off the charts, correct?
It is so ridiculous the way that he just sees the game before it's happening. He is easily one of the smartest players that I have ever been around.
He's off on the first. He's good on the second. Greg, we know a lot of teams using former NBA officials now working as consultants to teach their players how the refs see the game. Just always looking for that edge.
Yeah, Kevin, I think it's a great idea because philosophically sometimes as the rules evolve, players got to learn how to evolve with them. So not getting the calls you might expect, also how you communicate with officials. I think all of that stuff plays a big role in just furthering that dynamic between the officials and the players.
James up top, covered by Johnson. The rebound by Johnson.
He tried to get spicy and totally whiffed, huh? Okay. He's going to be living this one down for at least about a week. Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And you can just sense his determination, trying to do everything he can to keep this game within reach. Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says, it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got me, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. D.A., thank you. Booker outside. Back to Paul. Pass to Ayton. Booker, right side. Shoots over Vassell. And James pulls it down. James has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And he lobs it up toward the rim and finished off by Jordy.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Timeout call, the Suns.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Yeah, we can see over here. The coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Booker outside. Six on the shot clock. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. And the Spurs making a change here. Jones is checked in.
For your Spurs, Trey Jones.
Booker outside. Inside. A rebound by the Spurs. James has got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
For San Antonio, they have been shooting right around 75% of the line, 9 of 12 so far. And he sinks the second. 36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Back to Booker. Looking to end the run, and the jumper is good. Booker's got 8.
That's the kind of shot this offensive scheme is meant to produce.
Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a
48. The Suns, 34.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
He's making a change here. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. At MP. Jones is out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Doherty, and it's McDermott in at the 3, the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's James. 5 on the clock. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And finished off by Doherty.
He found his groove right away and hasn't let up. It's not surprising that he's leading the way on offense.
Passes it to Hart. Ball against Jones. Here's the 3. Good D by Jones.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
Pass to Hart. Greg, you think of everything that goes into making it to the NBA as a player. Did it come easy for you, or was it all work?
It's easy, really, to overlook the grind, but when you love the game, all those hours in the lab don't feel quite like work. At least not until you start getting a little longer in the 2.
As strong as they looked in that first half, their defense hasn't been the same here in the second. They just look slow, not very sharp.
In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs. The Suns making a switch here. Booker's checked in. To the inside. To stop the run. Rebounded by the Spurs. Doherty's got 7 rebounds in the game. Paul with the steal. On the wing, Bridges. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. The pass to Booker. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Booker with one of the most effortless strokes you'll ever see.
And here is James. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And finished off by Doherty.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Booker outside. Paul dishes to Ayton. And there's a minute 45 left to play in the final quarter. Booker, 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor.
Substitution on the court.
Shot clock at 2. Here's Gallinari. And that one goes long.
Not that time, but that's a shot that he's going to make more oftentimes than not.
Lobbed up there for Powell. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
James, the best in world.
Phoenix foul. Derek Jones Jr. Second personal foul.
That free throw, no good. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Phoenix.
At the line for...
He hits the second from the line. Now, here's Washington. Kicks it to Plumlee. 41 seconds left in the game. To the paint. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First
that free throw good from Washington.
Third team foul.
Washington hits them both. This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
James outside. Here's Nora. Off target from outside. Now, here's Shamet. Kennard covering. Now, Washington pulls up with nobody on him. He buries the jumper.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.